Hey everybody, this is Danny from SiteStacker, and I just wanted to hop on here in the webinar room to give you a little bit of an update of what we're looking forward to in the year 2024. We have a lot of exciting topics to cover this year, and what we've wanted to do is try to consolidate the webinar topics into categories. And so one of those categories will be trainings. We would love to have more trainings on all the different parts of our tools, and so you can look forward to a lot of trainings on a lot of different things this year. The other thing we want to cover is best practices. So while you may know how to use the tool, part of what makes the tool shine is being able to use the tool in the best way. And how can you do that if you don't know what the best ways are? And so we're going to be scheduling a lot of topics that are around best practices regarding some of the parts of the tool. And that should help you really use SiteStacker in an optimized way. And then the last thing is just kind of more philosophical discussion. It sounds really deep, but what we want to talk about is why. And the why is really important because, as you know, SiteStacker was developed with a purpose. And so the why explains how things are done. And if you can figure out the why, then you can actually understand the what. And so we're going to have topics that really explore the why. A good example of that was last year when we talked about the future of ministry websites. I presented that webinar in order to really help everyone understand why SiteStacker's website tool is the way it is, because it's bigger than just, oh, that's just the way we did it. There's actual reasons to that, and that's really the case with all of SiteStacker, and so we're going to want to be covering that as well. So those are just three categories that we'll be covering with all the different topics this year, and again, we're going to be doing it every other Thursday. There will be a webinar, and then all these recordings will be accessible to you and anyone in your organization who you think could benefit from those topics. So be looking out for that. And then the last thing I want to cover is we are going to have a webinar topic suggestion forum on our SiteStacker training site. And so in this forum, you'll be able to suggest topics for webinars, and you'll also be able to vote on suggested topics. And we're hoping by doing this, we'll be able to get a finger on the pulse of what you actually want to hear about and cover in these webinars. And the topics that win the top votings or get the most votes are going to be the ones that we will eventually schedule as webinars this year. So we're looking forward to a great year of collaboration and just sharing information as we grow together as partners. So if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us, but check out that voting form by clicking the link. I think it's to my side, and once you do that, hopefully you can have some topics to suggest, and we'll see you every other Thursday.